Okay, it's March 1st, 2016, about 8 in the morning. I haven't posted in a while because I didn't think there was very much to say, but right now I do have something to say, which is that this is about the most bullish the stock market I have felt in a very, very long time. And I think, well, I'll get into why. First of all, I look at what the market is discounting in. I look at the positioning report to determine that. And I gotta say, we're seeing speculators max short NASDAQ, max short Russell, max long 10 years, okay, max long gold, max long silver, and also max long euro, max long yen, and max long the Aussie dollar. Basically, all those trades are the risk-off trades. So we're seeing speculators massively long the risk-off trades. So by definition, they're discounting in, trouble. A lot of trouble is what they're discounting in. I'm a fader of that. And essentially, the massive consensus out there that I consistently hear is that, okay, we've been going up because it was oversold. We've now worked out the oversold issue. And now it can start to go back down. Like if you go out right now and tell people, look, we're in deflation and the markets are going down, long-term deflation, long-term bear market, half the people are going to agree with you. And if you tell them, oh, well, we're in this wide trading range because it can't really break out because there's no catalyst, the other half of the people are going to agree with you. Go ahead and tell people we're going to go see, all-time highs in the stock market, and you're going to get lambasted. I mean, we're, from 2100, we're 150 points away from 2100. I think we're going to be at new highs by the end of March, quite frankly. But whether it's the end of March, the end of April, it doesn't make a difference. The stock market is going to go up. We're going to get a risk-on scenario here, big time. And the funny thing about the whole catalyst argument, which is ridiculous to begin with, because clearly by the time the catalyst and the good news comes out, the market has already discounted it in, because that's what markets do, and we're much higher. But I think that the catalyst is something that people are never going to accept and never going to buy on, so therefore it's just going to keep going up until they accept it. And again, I've spoke about this before, but the catalyst to me is Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton cannot be elected. She's not electable. And this is not a political commentary on my part. I don't think she's electable. It's a popularity vote, and she's not popular. And the Donald is going to be the President of the United States, like it or not. And it's so funny to watch the commentary on this. In the beginning of the year, or the end of last year, they did a thing, I think it was on CNN, where they interviewed all the talking heads about what was going to happen over the next year. Not a single one of them said Donald Trump was going to win the Republican nomination. Not a single one of them. There were about 40 people that they interviewed. They all said, no, no, no way, no way, no way, no, 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 no way. No way. And the no way is an emotional answer. Because they're all so smart, and they all believe so much in politics, and they want to believe that this whole thing is about who's the most qualified person to be the President of the United States, and it's not. It's a popularity contest, okay? And the majority of people do not live in New York City, do not live in Washington, D.C., and did not go to Harvard and get a political science degree or a journalism degree, right? The majority of people are working, are plumbers, etc., and they're speaking. Right? They're speaking. They hate politics. They hate Washington, and they're voting for Donald Trump. And they don't care that he's a buffoon and that that his net worth is all lies and all this stuff. He's going to be the President of the United States, and let's get into that. He's a buffoon, and his net worth is all lies. There's not a single person in the world that I can think of that needs asset prices to go up more than the Donald. Okay, this is a guy who owns X billion dollars worth of real estate and owes X billion dollars times probably 3. The only thing that solves that, just like the only thing that solves any of these problems, is if prices go up, right? And there's plenty of money that's available for prices to go up. As we've talked about, they've printed a lot of money. There's just been no velocity. What solves the velocity problem, in my view, is some sort of business confidence to go out and spend that money. Look, I have a business that's involved, and we make money, and because of the regulatory issues in this business, in our business, it's very hard for us to go out and invest, because we don't know what the regulatory situation is going to be in 6 months, in a year, in 2 years. So we make money and we just put it in the bank, hoping that we can invest it, hoping that the government will get their shit together in the regulation side so that we can invest it to make more money, but we can't do it now. It's the same thing. Look, the Donald gets in there. He needs asset prices to go up. He's got a Republican Congress. He's going to cut tax rates. He's going to cut business tax rates. And businesses are going to feel confident, and they're going to invest, and it's going to unleash. All right? And this is not a commentary, again, on whether this is good for the moral fabric of the country or whether this is good for the social fabric of the country. It's good for the business fabric of the country. Okay? And it's going to unleash a mass load of investment. And, you know, we can argue whether that's good socially. It's a whole nother debate. But the point is, the intellectuals on Wall Street and on Washington and on TV and all this hate it. So they're not going to invest on Donald Trump winning, but the market is going to just keep going up until they finally do it. And that's going to take a long time. So this market's going to go up a lot for a long time. And to me, the risk is that low from a few days ago, this one down here, which is about 3.5% away. So you know, if it goes through, I think it was Wednesday, last Wednesday low. Let me see, this was Monday, Friday, Thursday, went Tuesday, last Tuesday low. We go through the last Tuesday low. I'm wrong. Cut the trade, lose 3.5%. The upside is multiples of that, 10, 20 that, times that, right? It's a good risk reward. And again, Donald's no guarantees. Obviously, got skeletons in his closet, and they're going to try and dig it up and all that stuff. But the guy's like the Teflon Don, man, and that's what it takes in politics, right? And I speak to Republican friends. Look, the Republicans are they're on board, right? They're slowly getting on board, right? Guys who hated them 6 months ago and said, you know, Cruz or Rubio or Bush or whoever, they're all getting on board. They're not going to vote for Hillary Clinton, and half the Democrats aren't going to vote for Hillary Clinton. So I think that Donald's winning, and it's going to be very, very bullish assets here. So, you know, be long. And that's about all I can really say. All right, good luck.